Hey guys, how are you? Andy Sukhu, founder and CEO of Y2K Credit Solutions. So today I have a very important topic I want to speak to you guys about. And over the last 2 months, I've had 8 clients came to our office that are getting divorced, right? And listen, divorce is a sad thing, right? None of us want to deal with it, whether the male or the female. None of us ever want to deal with a divorce. It can be very detrimental. It can be very expensive. And, it's a lot of emotions going through when you're dealing with a divorce, right? But for whatever reason, it happens, and it's life. And a lot of us don't want to deal with it, but it happens, and we have to go through the channels of dealing with a divorce when it happens. So within the last few months, as we're dealing with these clients, they all have one thing in common that came to our office. They're all getting divorced, and everything that the judge states in the divorce is how the consumer thinks it works. And this is why I'm doing this video, because that's not how it works. What the judge imposes in the divorce is not how it rolls out and plays in real life. And I'll explain to you what I mean by that, right? So let's get into divorce. We all know that, when you get to divorce, first you got to go to the, you go to court, you get a court date, you both have an attorney, both parties, husband and wife, having an attorney. You get to court, you file all these paperwork, and over the course of your marriage, or, your relationship, you've accumulated a home together. You've accumulated joint credit cards together. You've accumulated auto loans together. You've accumulated personal loans together. And when I say accumulate personal loans, pay attention to what I'm going to tell you. You both co-sign for those loans to be established in your name, which means both of you are rightfully responsible for that loan, right? If one person doesn't pay, the second person is responsible for it, which would be the co-signer, right? So you're both responsible. Okay? Sorry. Trying to get my cigar going here. So when you sign the loan, you're both responsible for it. Okay. So now here comes, your relationship didn't last, your marriage didn't last, you have to get divorced. And you go to court, and the judge says, okay, or before you get to the judge, the mediator says, okay, Mr. A, you're going to accumulate this debt. Mr. B, or Miss B, you're going to accumulate this debt. This is your responsibility to pay. You have to pay this. You're taking responsibility of this debt, and you're going to pay it, right? Mr. A, you're going to be paying this debt. You're responsible for it. You have to make sure that the payments are made every month on time. Okay? So now we come to the agreement. The agreement is made. Now we're going to go in front of the judge, and we're going to go in front of the judge. We're going to present this agreement, and the judge says, all right, we have the agreement. Does party A agree? Yes. Does party B agree? Yes. Okay, we're in agreement. Let's sign off. Now, divorce is over. Here is where it becomes tricky, where it can mess your credit up. Just because the judge says this is your responsibility for this debt, you're taking on this responsibility under your name, that doesn't mean the person's going to pay it. Right? Now, when you get divorced, and when the judge tells you this is your responsibility, the partner that takes on whatever responsibility, whether it be A and B, whatever you take on, you have to make sure. So let's say you were married, joined together. You guys had an auto loan, right? You guys had an auto loan together. Now, party B, not Cardi B, party B is going to take over the car loan. Great. That's one less responsibility party A has to pay. party B has to be able to refi that auto loan out of party A's name and put it in party B's name by itself, eliminating party A's responsibility. If not, then if whatever party B does, if they make the payment late, they choose not to pay, they say screw you, I ain't paying shit, you deal with it, it's gonna affect party A's credit and party B's credit. Just because the judge said that this is your responsibility, the bank has nothing to do with that. And a lot of you guys are getting confused, oh, because the judge said this, they have to do that. No, no, no. You need to make sure whichever party is assuming whichever debt, they're able to refi it and take it out of their name and put it into their name. Take it out of your name and put it into their name, right? Now, if they have bad credit, they can't do that, right? So they're not going to be able to refi it. And I've seen a lot of messy divorces over the years in this business, and it can get really messy, right? To the point where you got someone between the two parties have to file bankruptcy, because whichever party has to take on responsibility of the debt, they have bad credit, they can't refi it. The bank don't have to listen to what the judge said. They don't care. That has nothing to do with them. That's you and the judge's decision and your divorce decision. That does not, the bank has nothing to do with that. All the bank needs to know is that who's going to take this loan, refi it into their name so they can start making the payment, right? Now, here's the workaround to that. This is how you fix it. When you go to the magistrator or the mediator, and you guys come up with the agreement, who's responsible for what, and who's taking over what loan or what debt, you need to have the magistrate put that if party A is responsible for X, Y, and Z, they have 6 months to take it out of your name and put it into their name, assuming full responsibility and taking full responsibility out of your name. So it does not affect your credit, because remember, if they could be spiteful. I don't got to pay this. I'm not going to pay it. I'll pay it late. Hey, this is not a priority to me. I don't care. You do care because it could mess your credit from doing things in the future. So what you do is you let the magistrate put it in writing so the judge enforces it, all right, stating that if whichever party is taking on or assuming responsibility for any debts, they have 6 months to transfer this debt out of your name completely, dissolving your responsibility out of your name and taking full responsibility in their name, which means they're going to refi the loan, the debt, whatever it is, and put it into their name and take you off, right? Now, in 6 months, if they don't do that, you want to put in the agreement that you can come back to court and have the judge enforce a judgment on that person's name or social until they take it out of your name. That's the right way to do it. Not just take what the judge says. Okay, yes, the judge is right. They're doing their job. This is your responsibility. You're going to pay your portion. That's it. You're responsible for that. Party A is responsible for A. Party B is responsible for B. No. That's one step. Now, the bank has to be notified, and the loan and the debt has to be taken out of your name completely. Now, if your partner has bad credit, you're screwed. If both of you have bad credit, both of you are screwed. Because now, I've seen divorces where both sides are so miserable, they fuck each other on the credit. They don't pay things on purpose, they spitefully don't pay things. And then here you are running to Y2K, hey, I need to fix my credit, and this is what the judge says, and this is what has to be done. I had a client last week. He was like, we're going over his report. Tons of debt. He's like, oh my God, she's supposed to take on this. Oh my God, she's supposed to take on that. I'm like, what do you mean she's supposed to take on this? The judge said she's responsible for this. Have you been following up with her if she's paying it? No, he hasn't. Have you been checking in to see if she's going to transfer the loans into her name? No, he hasn't. It gets really, really messy, guys. And divorce can really screw your credit up. Trust me, I've seen it hands down. It could screw your credit up. So don't get it twisted. Just because you go to divorce and the judge said this is your responsibility, or your obligation towards his debt, that's it. It's over. Life goes on. Because your partner, like I said, if him or her have derogatory credit and they can't refi this loan into their name, you're screwed. I've seen it all the time. And listen, you know what? Since I'm saying this, I'm doing this video, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can relate to this video. Tell me, leave a comment below in this video if this has happened to you. Please, I want to know, because everything that we tell here at Y2K, we educate you guys and we train you guys on, it's tested. I'm not just talking and blowing smoke like I'm blowing the cigar just to tell you crap. It's things that I've tested, I've witnesses, I've fixed already for clients. So listen, divorce can really mess your credit up. Really, really mess, and it can mess both parties' credit up. So I just broke it down to you. What the judge says and what happens in real life is two different stories. That's just the judge granting you your divorce. Yes, you're divorced. You can go see other people, move on, date, whatever you want to do, live your life. Whatever you want to do, you're getting divorced. Yes, you're done. You're divorced. No more obligation together. You don't have to live together anymore. Oh, here's your debt. Yes, you got to pay this. You got to pay that. A got to pay A. B got to pay B. But now here comes the payment. So the bank has to be notified, and the person has to take it out of your name. They have to refi it. For example, you guys have a car together. Okay? This is my BlackBerry Benz. Okay? When we got it, Boss A and Boss B we signed for it together. Okay, no problem. Boss B's car, the judge says she can keep the car. That means she has to assume payments of the car. She's assuming responsibility of car payments and insurance. Boss B has to call. Let's say the loan was done by American Honda. Okay, I have good credit. I'm going to call American Honda. Hey, I need to refi this car into my name alone and take my co-signer off. Okay, no problem. American Honda is going to say, all right, Boss B, here's the application. We're going to, basically you're taking the loan over in your name. You're doing it on your loan. We're going to fill out this application, and now we're going to run your credit, and now we're going to put this loan into your name, which means it's going to be a new loan in your name with the current balance that you owe, and you're going to start making a payment. Now, once that loan is funded, if your credit is good, and you get approved, and the loan is funded, and this goes for personal loans, credit cards, it goes for auto loans, it goes for mortgages, name it. This is the same process. And your credit is good, they are going to take party A off the loan, close it off. Now in his credit report, there's going to show a closed American Honda loan for this BlackBerry Benz. And now a new loan is going to report on party B's credit for a new loan for this BlackBerry Benz. And now you're going to be making the monthly payments. And now party A is completely removed from the responsibility. He doesn't care if you make the payments late, if you don't make the payments at all, the car gets repossessed because it's not affecting his credit. That's how it needs to get done, guys. Not the way you guys think, oh, I got divorced, and the judge says this is their responsibility. Okay? And if the person has bad credit and cannot put the loan in their name, like I said, you have to put a disclaimer in your agreement to let you guys can come back in 6 months to court, and the judge can enforce it that party B takes this loan out of your name. Right? So if you have any questions on this, if you've been through a divorce, I know a lot of clients, like I said, within the last 2 months, I've had 8 divorce deals we're dealing with, 8 divorce cases that we're dealing with right now. If you've been divorced, if you've been through the situation, if you're facing a situation, leave a comment below. I will answer it back. I would love to hear your comments. And this is how it really works. So I'm telling you, divorce can really mess your credit up if you don't know what the hell you're doing. So pay attention. Leave a comment below. I'll try to answer any questions you guys have. And let me know your feedback also. This is going to be a 60-second on Instagram. Let me know your feedback. What do you think about this? Because I think it's a very important topic, and no one talks about it. No one's dropping real information about how it really works. All right. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Leave a message. Leave a comment. like it, share it. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. A lot of great information on there, a lot of great videos on there. And I'm going to start doing more content for you guys, right? Talk to you soon.